human mind basically oscillates between fear and greed. It continuously moves from this extreme to that extreme and that extreme to this extreme. The oscillation between the fear and greed is mind. Please understand. It's like if I have to give an example of a web camera. The web camera is here. This end and that end. That camera continuously moves to this end to that end, looking this corner to that corner. That camera is consciousness, and the movement from this end to that end is called mind. Your consciousness's attention, when it moves from the fear and greed and greed and fear, the extremes, that movement only is called as mind. As long as that movement is there, the highest possible coherence does not happen in you. Highest possible coherence happens when that consciousness just stays without oscillation. When that consciousness stays in restful awareness, then the highest possible coherence happens in your system. How that consciousness can stay without jumping between those extremes. Whenever your unconsciousness pulls you towards the fear extreme, consciously slap it with greed, then it will come to the center. When the unconsciousness was rushing towards the greed, consciously slap it with fear, it will come to the center. Whenever your fear is awakened, you forget greed. You forget about your future. I have seen people, when they get into the fear, they forget about their possible future and do more and more nasty things, get into big mess, which I know for sure many people are doing now. They have the fear that one mistake which they did is going to finish them off. But that fear makes them forget about the possible future they can have, and the greed disappears about the future and do more and more messy things and get into deeper and deeper troubles. Instead of one crime, now they have to face hundreds of crime. That is the unconscious flow of mind. Don't get into that mess. Same way, whenever you are caught in greed, you forget about the fear and you do some foolishness. Only after that you even remember the side effects and after effects. So the greed, when it takes over, you unconsciously slap your unconscious consciously with fear. It will come to the center. When the fear takes over, consciously slap it with the greed. It will come to the center. Being in the center suddenly raises you to the highest possible coherence. That is what I call niyamaha. So whether it is related to non-violence or non-stealing or non-greed or truthfulness, or living like God. Any vow, any law, any flow, whatever may be, please understand, whatever it may be, when the fear takes over, slap it with greed. When the greed takes over, slap it with fear, so that you are in center continuously and experience the highest coherence. What Buddha calls as middle path is exactly this. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nityananda.
Nityananda Dhyanapitham, Nityananda Nagar off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bangalore 562109. Contact 0974220331. www.nityananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.